Welcome back to Faith Talk. Is that the wave? Is that the people waving there? Oh wow, we're getting all the hands tonight. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us tonight for another Faith Talk. I have with me tonight Adeline, Lubin, and I'm so happy to have her here. Before I begin, I see some shout outs already. Bella, Malia, is that it?
Bella,
Malijah, and that's your sister.
Yes.
And her sister is here. Welcome, sister, and everyone is coming in. I see Jay is here. Legos by Jay. Juju is here. My husband is here too. Who's here? Do you see?
Wednesday Bryce.
Wednesday Bryce is here. All right. And everybody, of course, baby Skylar Faith is also on the couch tonight. Let's pray for her. Let's hope we get through this show without any distractions. So tonight, I'm going to welcome Adeline. As you know, I would have posted earlier a little bit about her story. But of course, we're going to go in depth tonight and find out who she really is and what's been happening. We know that Adeline had to face some rumor or some, being blamed for the death of her daughter's father, being pregnant at the age of 18, not being able to graduate. But I'm going to let her get into all of that good stuff. So, Adeline, welcome to Faith Talk. You look lovely tonight.
Thank you. You look lovely also.
Thank you. How does it feel sitting on the couch? I know you watch me every Wednesday. Now you're on the couch.
Yes, it feels kind of awkward.
It feels awkward?
You know, you so much after Toastmasters, I'm sitting in my car and I'm watching Faith Talk.
Right.
And I'm actually sitting on the
now
couch.
You're sitting
and
on
I'm missing Toastmasters actually.
Wow, Toastmasters is tonight and you're missing. Oh, we're going to get into all of that. But tell us, let us know, Adeline, who are you?
Okay, my name is Adeline Lubin. I was born in Nassau. I'm currently 26 years old. I have 2 kids. I have a son and I have a daughter. My son's name is Ramon and my daughter's name is Haley. I am a branch manager at Island Luck. I am a CEO of Step Upholstery along with other businesses.
Wow.
So it's just not just one.
Are we gonna get it?
Yes,
Are we gonna spill the beans tonight?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna spill some of Adeline beans because Adeline is the CEO of a hosiery company. Ladies, if you want to be all tucked in, but we're gonna get there. So Adeline, talk to me. You were born to your mother and father. You grew up with both parents.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
My father is actually a pastor.
Oh wow.
And my mom, basically both of them were born in Haiti.
Okay.
And they came during their teens. When they came to Nassau, they got straight to business as it relates to working and saving up for a home. So it's not that I had a bad childhood experience because my mom and dad always wanted what's best for their kids.
Right.
So like I said earlier, they got straight to business in terms of working, saving up their funds, and putting us in a nice home.
So how many kids are there?
It's 4 of us. I have 2 sisters and my brother. He's deceased now. He passed away.
Right, and you happen to be the youngest?
Yes, I am the last of 4.
Of 4 kids. All right. So talk to me. We're not going to get into tragedy. You went to school.
Yes. Basically, I went to a 1,001 primary school, but that's fine. I came from Columbus Primary. I went to Centerville. I went to Seesaw Christian Academy. I went off to school in the States. I went to Sadler Elementary and
Any reason for the constant movement?
Basically, for the constant movement, my dad wanted me to, basically when I left Columbus Primary, because that's where I started off at grade 1, he wanted me to move to the States, I guess to be around, not to grow up in Nassau, around all the commotion and the drama and the killing and all of that. So he wanted to give me a different childhood experience.
Right.
So he shipped me off to the States with my aunt along with my uncle, and I spent about a year there.
Right.
But then I started to miss home because there's no place like home.
It is.
So even though they made it as comfortable as it can be, I still miss home. I still miss my siblings. I still miss my mom. So I actually cried to come back.
home. Wow, it sounds like me. Don't mind Skylar. She's a bit cranky. So now you're back home here in school and you're in high school. Talk to us about your high school experience.
Okay, basically after I graduated in 2003 from Centerville Primary, I went to Donald Davis, G.W. Davis. I then graduated from Donald Davis in the year of 2006. Then I proceeded and I went to Doris Johnson. At that time, basically, I went through grade 10, grade 11, around that time, you never used to take life serious. You just, you just partying and enjoying friends and keeping company and stuff like that. So when I got into 12th grade, is when everything just shifted so fast. It's not that I planned to have a child at all in my teens, but it just happened. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not going to question God why I went through that. But at the time, I was having sex, which I'm not supposed to, and it actually brought shame to my father because he was basically a pastor.
I went to ask you that, right?
Yes, and he was quite disappointed, and I was like hiding it for I ain't gonna lie, I was hiding it.
So you hid it from your parents too?
Actually, my dad was in town because he didn't move to the States.
All right.
So it's just me, my mom, and my siblings.
Right.
So at that time, I was hiding it from my mom, hiding it from my friends, hiding it from everybody because I didn't know what to do.
And how did you hide it, as Adeline? You hid this pregnancy.
Listen, when we come home, I was in the bed. I wasn't moving. When you go, when you play and sleep, and you don't want to come out the bed. You don't want to use the bathroom until she go inside the room because your parents, they always just know,
they will know
when you pregnant because they see the changes, and then they like something ain't right. You getting up late in the night and you eating late and you drinking late and these food just disappearing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So it's like one day my mom actually came to me. She's like, "You pregnant?" I was like, "Mommy, what you talking about?" I said, "No, I'm not pregnant." She said, "Yes, you are pregnant."
Wow.
And I told her, she was telling me, she said, "I told you about this boy. I told you about this boy," because at the time I was seeing my son's father. And he was actually out of school. He was a lot older than I am. He was, say, about in his 20s at the time. Because how I grew up, I was always wise beyond my years.
Ahead of your time. Yeah.
So while some kids, even though I like to play with dolls, I still used to want to know things. I always used to ask questions. If the sky blue, I want to ask why the sky blue, who made the sky, and everything within that source. So I used to ask tons of questions. While some kids used to want to play outside, I want to sit up and I want to learn something.
Right.
So I was always wise beyond my years. So as growing up in school and stuff, based on having a boyfriend, I never dated anyone my age.
Wow. So how were your grades in school?
My grades in school was good until I get into senior school. Basically, I was so trapped up in the fame, basically with friends and keeping company with, basically we was ducking school. We got to that too. We was ducking school. Sometimes we skipping classes. In grade 10 and 11, it was fine.
How do you duck school though? I was always curious about that.
Well, basically when you duck school, you go. We wasn't going by boys, mind you. We were actually going in Wendy's and going downtown and going shopping.
But how do you do it? I was always excuse me. That happened when I was in school. Like I would see kids, the bell rang, and like we're headed to school, but why are kids walking in the opposite direction of the school? Like how does that work?
Listen, and that time people used to actually come to us and be like, "Why y'all ain't in school yet?"
Wow.
And we looking at one another, why they just so mind their business?
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, I had friends that actually used to be like, "You know what, we ain't feeling class today. Let's just go downtown. Let's go look for something to wear, fashion." Yeah.
Oh my God, Adeline.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God. Adeline is here. She's saying you look lovely tonight, Adeline. And your sister is saying very nice with a heart there. So let's get back into it. So at the age of 18, you got pregnant, you hit it. So now everybody found out. Talk to us about that.
Okay, when everybody found out, at the time they was trying to figure out why I was wearing jacket
in the summer.
In the summer, like who wears a jacket, like a big thick jacket in the summer? Because basically my skirt couldn't hook at the back. And because I was pregnant, my stomach started to grow. It actually had to hang down. So basically, I went from January straight up to June wearing a jacket. Yeah.
Wow. And no administrator pulled you in?
No.
Oh my
When they found
God.
out, basically, when I was, because we had, at that time, I took up dance. And during that time, we did ballet and stuff like that. So when it was time to change, I had my dance teacher was Mr. Dawkins. And when it was time to change, he was wondering like why I wasn't changing into my leotard and my tights. But I didn't want to tell him that, okay, I was pregnant. He was like, why you always come in? You know it's dance class. Why you still in
So
your
you're not
uniform?
dressed
Go
properly,
and,
right.
Go and change. So at that time, when he used to send me to the bathroom, I used to stay in the bathroom for like 20 minutes, and then he would come looking for me or send somebody to come and look for me. And then till one day he actually said, you're pregnant.
Wow. Did he talk?
I don't know if he did, but he didn't make it a big issue. So when he found that out, he stopped, allowing me to, I guess when I changed, and he noticed that my stomach, because we had to sit on the floor.
Yes.
And they actually had to stretch us. Like we would have had partners and they stretched us.
I remember that.
So my friend, one of my girlfriends, her name was Marceline, she had already knew my situation, so she know, well, okay, I can't stretch.
Right.
So when he saw that, he was like, okay, you're pregnant, but I still didn't say anything.
Wow. So now you're going to, so your mom found out, eventually your mom found out,
Yes.
and so now nobody's attending your graduation because you cannot
Yeah,
walk.
I cannot walk.
So how did you feel about that?
Basically, I felt down and depressed at the time, reason being because ain't nothing like when everybody's dream is to go down that aisle and say, well, walk to graduation.
Right.
And to know that everybody is preparing for it. And, it's the hype. Everybody
Yes.
go into the functions and stuff like that. And here I'm just pregnant and I can't go to anything. So I was depressed. And after I realized that my grades has dropped, because of me feeling depressed and was like, okay, I'm pregnant. What do I do next?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So now you're out of school. I guess you didn't get to walk. So now you're out of school.
I was still attending school actually.
No, I mean now
Oh,
you know
mean
because
afterwards, okay.
afterwards now you didn't walk down the aisle. Adeline is saying that she remembers that, and Melanin says high school days. So you have some people here from high school. They're here watching you as well. So tell me now. You're out of school. You're pregnant. You have this baby when?
I had my son on July 15 of 2009.
July 15. Right.
It's like a couple days after graduation. Actually.
Exactly. So where is the father?
Well, his dad was right there, but I had broken up with him when I was like 5 months pregnant. So basically I went through that process on my own. Yes.
Wow. So your parents, what is your dad saying? He's not here, but what is he saying?
Oh my gosh, he was so disappointed in me. Up to this day, I couldn't face him, and he still brings it up. Like, you remember when you got pregnant in grade 12? He was disappointed. And I think because everybody knew him, and the fact that his position inside the church, and he's, preaching at the altar and telling, no, you don't do this.
Right.
And here it is, your daughter is actually going through that process. So it was disappointing for him. And yeah.
Wow. But you didn't let that keep you down. Your brother. Talk to us about your brother.
Okay, basically my brother, he was always, because when my dad left and went to the States, he moved to the States. So my brother was, I think he was going to C.I. Gibson at the time. He was in grade 11. And he actually took on the role as being the father of the home, being the man of the home actually.
Oh.
So what he was doing, even though he was going through school, he was actually doing packing boy after school and doing little stuff around the yard, like asking people if they want their car clean and stuff like that. So he always finds something to do with his hands just to bring an income and help with my mom. So yeah, he was basically, he was a gift from heaven. Basically just to take on that role from the grade 11. And at that time, he actually dropped out of school too. Just so he could actually help my mom. Because at the time, like I told you,
yes,
when my mom and them came to Nassau, what they did was they saved and they purchased a home right away. So at the time, he was living out east. And they purchased a home, and he just didn't want to see my mom. Even though she was paying it, he wanted to assist her.
Wow.
Because with mortgage and stuff like that, and utility bills, and then you have other kids along with that, he just wanted to be there to be like, you know what, mommy, I would help you get through this process.
Right, right. So now tragedy strikes. So how long after dropping out and taking care of the family did tragedy hit your house?
Basically, tragedy hit my house in 2011. At that time, my sister had just finished college.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually studying political science at Dickinson State University. And as soon as she came to Nassau,
Mm-hmm.
it's like weeks later that happened. So at the time, she was unemployed
Right.
because she just basically finished schooling.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just me working at the time. My mom was unemployed also when I had my son. At the time, I was working Thailand as a cashier. And what I did was that even though other people didn't want to work,
Mm-hmm.
I stood and worked because they was having, when persons have all those concerts and stuff like everybody want to attend these
Right,
functions.
right. But
So
you
when
gotta
they
work.
go and attend,
You
I
can
say,
make that
you know what?
overtime. Mm-hmm.
I can stay back and I can make this overtime.
Right, right.
And everybody's like, you always to work and you always this and you always that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need time for yourself. You need to enjoy your life. You young and you this and you that. But in my mind, I'm saying, ain't no way I'm gonna let the bank
Mm-hmm.
take my mom's house, which she worked hard for me to go there and pay rent. So guess what? I am gonna stay to work. Y'all party. Y'all party. I can
Yes.
stay work and I can make all y'all money. So what I did at the time, I spoke to my mom and I was like, Mommy, I was making like $600 and something, $600 to $700 and something a week. Based on
Wow.
overtime and my shift, I was cleaning up.
Wow.
And that ain't even the tips as yet. So I was like, Mommy, seeing that all this money was coming along, I was like, Mom, you know what? I need to go into ASU or something. And even though I started to get depressed because, at that time you can't enjoy your money. And even though I was saving, paying ASU and paying the mortgage and paying the light and doing this, and after I noticed all of that, I was like, you know what? Something have to work. During that time, my sister started looking for a job, and everybody just was telling her she was too overqualified. They could not pay her. So me and her sat down, you know what? We gotta fake it until we make it.
Yes.
So what she did, she settled for making, say, about less than what she qualified to make,
Mm-hmm.
and she just took it along the way. So she was basically making about $2 something a week. And I just was staying to work. But like I say, an income is an income.
You're right. You're right. So your brother, this is after your brother.
Yeah, this is after my brother passed
So
away.
he died of sickness or was
No,
he
he
killed?
got shot. At that time I was at home actually when this happened. I was on the phone, and this was like after 12 o'clock in the night. I was on the phone and I just saw a shadow whilst I was on the phone, because once you're laying in the couch and all the lights are off,
Yes.
a shadow walked past the yard. Somebody was actually in the yard. But I thought I was seeing things. Because, when you're young, you just on the phone, you just talking to, your significant other, your boyfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw the shadow, but I didn't take heed of it because I thought it was actually somebody who was walking in the road and passing. So I just relaxed. So what they did was that after they probably heard me on the phone, and they probably was waiting for the perfect time to go to his bedroom, and that's when they opened fire. He was actually laying down at the time with his
Wow.
girlfriend and his little girl.
Wow.
And
they killed him
they shot him in the head.
in the front of the
His-
girlfriend
yes.
and his.
At least his daughter was sleeping at the time, so they shot him in the front of his girlfriend. But both of them were up because both of them was conversating at the time.
Wow. So how was it then? I mean,
Oh my gosh, like thinking about that was chaos because my mom started screaming. I was going crazy. My sister got up going crazy and blood was just spouting everywhere. I mean, my
Wow.
brother got shot in his head. His girlfriend, the bullet basically grazed her leg, and then his daughter got shot in her leg.
wow.
So it's like three different persons.
And how
people
old was
at the
the
time.
daughter?
The daughter was basically a baby. She was like a couple months at the time.
Are you
or probably a
serious?
year, I'm not sure. I think even if not a year, it was like a couple months.
And she got a bullet to the
she
leg.
got a bullet to the leg.
Wow. So today she recognizes that she
Yeah,
was
because
shot.
today, basically, one of her legs is smaller than the other. The leg that she got shot
Mhm.
is basically the smallest one.
Wow.
Yes.
So she found out that her father was killed.
Yes, she found out that her father was killed.
Wow, that is hard. So now the whole family structure, the dynamics, everything changes now. and this is what had you working and your sister just doing something to make ends meet. But that was happening, and you spoke to me and you said that even pushed you more into purpose, because now you all started to create some stuff.
Right.
So talk to us about that.
Okay, it was like, say back in from 2012, I started praying and I was like, Lord, this is not what you want for your child. No parent would want the worst for their child to be living the way they don't want them to live.
Right.
And at that time I was like, Lord, this is not the life that you choose for me. I can't be living paycheck to paycheck, have my funds going on mortgage, utility bills, ASU, and then here it is, I'm just basically left with say the $30 to $40 within after I didn't do all of that. So I started to pray, and I was asking God at the time to, give me a business idea or something that could actually bring another income. And the thing about it is, he actually spoke to my sister. And during that time, she came out the blue. And she was like, what a good business to get into. And I was like, what? She's like, Hosiery. And that actually clicked in, because at the time I was working as a cashier at Island Lock, and we wear pantyhose.
Right.
And every time I go to a store or the gas station, either they don't have the color or they don't have the size. So I'll find myself wearing petite average, average tall, X tall, any size they had, I had
just to get some pantyhose.
Just to get some pantyhose, because I know at the time I cannot go to work without that pantyhose, because I would have been written up.
Right.
And then I had this boyfriend at the time would always used to put pressure on me. Oh, you always got to be stopping for these old pantyhose. You need to buy these pantyhose ahead of time. It's like everywhere we go, we got to go to 5 different stores. So it's like with him putting pressure on me, making noise in my head, and then with my sister coming up with that business idea, it was like a plus. You ever hear 1 + 1 = 2? So
that's right, absolutely.
That was a plus for me, and I sat there and I actually thought about it. And at that time, remember I told you I was an ASU.
Yes.
So I had received my ASU draw, and it was like $3,000. And I told her that, basically, I'm getting ready to collect my ASU draw, and we'll just have to make this work. We just went away. We didn't know where we was going. She did all of the research as it relates to where to buy the pantyhose from, the location.
Right.
And like I said, we just went. I just was like, let's go away, let's go get it. And she was like, you serious? I was like, yes, let's go. I mean, it's only $3,000, but we'll make it work. I mean, the enemy just started attacking us left, right, and center. Because when we got in Fort Lauderdale at the time, because it wasn't planned, the rental company ran out of vehicles.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So we stood there for like 20 to 30 minutes waiting for them to find us a vehicle.
Right.
And the first thing they said, oh, well, why didn't you guys put in the reservation? But it wasn't planned.
All right, so everyone is coming back in. Everyone is coming back in. Come back in, please. And if you had placed questions there for Adeline, please send them back, because I would want to ask her so that she can respond. There was one question that I did see. You remember where we left off? We were talking about the business. You are away now, but we're going to get back there. But someone wanted to know, how were you able to recover, or the family able to recover from the shooting in the house, the incident, the whole ordeal?
Basically, it was a tough time recovering. It still haven't settled with us as yet, because, we still live in the same household. So you still see images of basically him walking around the room, or him coming around, and then my mom constantly talk about him too.
Wow.
So it was a hard time recovering, and up to this, even it's now, we're in 2018, we still haven't fully healed it yet.
I don't want to talk about the case, but was closure given to you all as yet?
It was no closure.
So you're still left very empty. Wow. Wow. So carry on, Adeline. Send the questions in for Adeline, please. She's here to answer any question that you have. You all are away now, and you didn't get a vehicle yet. You were waiting. This is where we were.
Actually, we were at Walmart.
No, you were at Walmart. Right, okay.
We were looking for Walmart.
Looking for Walmart.
We were actually looking for Walmart at the time, and we couldn't find Walmart for nothing.
Oh, wow. So
everybody was giving us their own directions, and me and my sister was like, going north, east, west, south, and it took us about 2 to 3 hours before we actually came across a Walmart.
Wow.
And when we came across a Walmart,
And this is in Florida?
yes.
Oh, Walmart is everywhere though.
You know, but the thing about it is, with everybody giving us different directions.
Wow.
It's like, say for instance, you give us a direction,
Right.
we went the direction that you gave us, there's no Walmart. We asked somebody else, oh no, it's back this way.
And you all didn't use a GPS?
No.
Oh,
Because
God.
remember, I told you they were charging about $200 at the time.
Right, so y'all had to.
So we wanted to buy one instead of renting one. So
Okay.
that's why we wanted to find a Walmart.
All right, okay.
So when we finally found a Walmart,
Mhm.
we purchased a GPS, and me and my sister had already agreed that, you know, we're going to be constantly flying back and forth. So we wouldn't need to be renting a GPS
That's right.
anymore. So
That's right.
we'll have our own personal GPS at the time.
Mhm.
And afterwards, we started to look for a hotel. All the hotels was booked.
Oh, Lord.
And because it was the weekend,
Mhm.
there was no hotel available. Everywhere was booked.
Wow.
So we then went to a gas station to put fuel in the vehicle, and we came across this guy. Only had to been sent from God, because it's like we didn't want to come out and ask anybody for instructions,
Mhm.
but he came to the car to us and he was like, y'all okay? Y'all lost? Y'all need some help? He's like, and we told him that actually we can't find a hotel because everybody's like, yes, it's basically the weekend.
Mhm.
You have to make reservations
Mhm.
for a room, because this is a bad time to actually come over here and look for a room. So we started looking for a motel.
Oh, wow.
Horrible story. And when we found a motel that was actually available, rats was everywhere.
Oh, God.
So
Oh,
as
God.
soon as we came in the parking lot, there was
Right.
like 5 rats just running across, and I was like, ew. And my sister looked at me, and I looked at her, and we was like, hell no.
Right.
So the guy was like, well, what are you guys going to do? Because, you know, we already drive around. You guys already look for hotels, none available. We drive around about 5 to 6 different motels. None was available. And when we went to the receptionist at the time to book the room, it was one more room left.
Wow.
And we were contemplating as it relates to if we should get the room.
Mhm.
And here comes a guy and his girlfriend. At the time, they wanted to get the room, so they was waiting on us to see what it was that we were going to do.
Right.
So we were left in a tough situation at the time, so we said, you know what, let's settle for it. You gotta fake it until you make it.
No, you got to.
You gotta
got
fake
to.
it until
You
sometimes
got
you have to actually step down, even if you're on that throne.
Go
There's
ahead.
gonna be some days you're gonna have to come off that throne and say, you know what? We're gonna have to deal with this situation just for the day, or however the
That's
Lord
right.
have it for you to actually deal with it.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what, Liz? We don't live in this predicament. We've never been placed in this predicament before, but we're gonna have to step down, and we're gonna have to
We
live in
gotta
this.
do what we gotta do.
We gotta live in this place for, say, about, even if it's a night, and we get a hotel, a better hotel tomorrow, so it wasn't too
Mhm.
bad.
Right.
Because like I said, the rats came running out, so we had to settle for that.
Wow. Bella is saying, tell your story. The world would like to know. Petra says to let you know that she's watching. And we have a lot of waves here. Don't forget, send the questions across Adeline. I'll stop her so that she can answer the questions. And so now you all are on the journey now to make this investment into the hosiery company. And so how was the remainder of the trip?
The remainder of the trip, it was quite challenging, because at the time, after that next morning, from the motel actually, we started to look for the company that we're supposed to buy the hosiery from.
Right.
And when we pulled it up on GPS, the GPS led us to a building a company that's already been closed down. So actually that was the old company,
Right.
the old company that it was located before, but they didn't, I guess, upgrade the GPS.
Mhm.
So then we back at asking persons, where could we find this particular company? So we
Wow.
were on road tour for like hours. So that was
Wow.
an exhausting trip.
And how many days did you all have to?
3 days.
3 days. But you got the job done.
Yes, we got the job. We were determined.
Yes.
Like I say, once you have your mind set to something, and as long as you keep it on the target to say, well, you know what, we came over here for this particular reason,
Mhm.
we ain't going back until we find it. That's
Yes.
the type of energy me and my sister had
Wow.
to say, well, you know what, even though all of this conflicts and all this battles are coming after us, we just gonna keep going. So we finally found it, and we got exactly what we were looking for.
You were looking for. So your first customers were who?
My first customers was Idle Look employees.
I intentionally asked that because you
Yes.
said that was one of the things that it was mandatory that you wear.
Pantyhose.
Wow, what a good market. And so, did you sell from out of the car, or how did it start out?
Basically, we sell from out of the car for 2 years. 2 years
years.
we sold from out of our car. I've had friends and strangers, basically say, you know what, y'all selling those old pantyhose, you guys are not gonna make it. They didn't know some. The worst persons to support you are people who you're gonna have some that will support you, and then some who is gonna be afraid to support you, because
Yes.
why? As long as me and you on that same level, and the minute I proceed to make the next move or the step forward, you're gonna have people that actually say, well, you know what, I'm not gonna support her because I don't want my money to actually push them into their purpose or push them into moving forward.
Right.
So I've had some that actually supported me, like my friends and co-workers, and then I had others that actually bad-mouthed me, which was fine. It was like a boost.
That's right.
It was like a boost.
That's right. So, now, I don't want to get, because your story is really, really wide. You're not you don't have your daughter yet.
No.
Okay, so we're not to that part yet.
to that
Okay,
part.
so good. I don't want to miss that part out. So, talk to us. I just want you to give some motivation to someone that may be watching right now who's interested in, becoming a CEO of a business or an entrepreneur, and they're like, I don't have the money to do this. I don't know where to start, etc. And then talk about the expansion as well, because not only do you sell hosiery, but I noticed that I've been stalking your page. I'm sorry. I noticed that you also sell like the body gloves and all of the stuff for the men and all of that stuff. Talk to us. I mean, that ladies, it really tucks you in. I mean, you don't need to have a tummy tuck, and you don't need to have a breast lift. It's like Adeline has all of the right stuff to put under the garments, and there's no lines. I'm gonna be trying that out. But talk to us about the expansion, and then give some motivation and inspiration to someone that may be at that place where you were.
Okay, basically, like I would tell my colleagues, my staff, when I'm at work, I always try to give them the best type of information and try to boost their spirit. Because, people coming to work every day, they feel drained. But when I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and then they see you here actually managing your businesses along with coming to work.
Yes.
So with that being said, like I would tell people, save. Everybody is partying. They have all these big events every week, and you gotta get your hair done, you gotta get your nails done, and then everybody just living for fame.
Right.
Living for social media. Why should I live for social media? To please other people, to make it seem like I have it made, and not make sure I'm saving and preparing myself for the future.
Amen.
Because at the end of the day, I don't know if my boss is actually gonna continue on with his company.
That's right.
So what I'll have
What
to
did
do,
you fall on?
what do I fall on? So I've always had that thought in my head to say, well, you know what? If something was to happen tomorrow,
Yes.
where would I be?
Wow.
So if I spend $10 today, I actually trying to figure out how I'm gonna make that $10 the same day.
Wow.
So it's like basically investing, saving your funds, trying to figure out what it is that I am good at, what it is that I was called to do, what it's my passion.
Yes.
What I have a passion for, like for me, I love sales. Customer service, I love customer service. I could be online answering customers' questions all night. Sometimes I find myself going to bed 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 12 o'clock. Sometimes people be like, you know what, why are you always online? I was always online because people need answers. That's where money is. So
Yes.
I am actually going to stay up. Even sometimes I would come from work, tired, drained, my phone just blazing off. Hey, where do I get this? Where do I get that? So I would advise persons, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're young. Yes, you're young. I'm only 26. So at the same time, it doesn't matter. It's your mindset. Feeding your mind and programming your mind to say that, you know what it is that I can learn today that actually can change my tomorrow.
Wow, that is powerful. You heard that, Christophe? That is, wow, that is powerful. And after going through all of that, I mean, I'm still trying to get to the place where you and your sister, I mean, I know you got to make ends meet, but wow, I mean, you all got into this, and it's like, it's really gotten big, because I realize now that you're not in your car.
No.
You now have a place that I can come, and I can walk inside
Yes.
and try on. So how was that process?
Well, how that started out with persons, with my clients coming to me and asking me, do you have a location? Do you have a location? No, it's a home-based business. I sell them in the back of my car. And with them pressuring me, keep asking me the same question over and over. I was like, you know what? I spoke to my sister and she's like, you know what, that's embarrassing. We're gonna have to do something about that.
Yes.
So here it is, we saved and we started, actually, I wouldn't get into that as yet.
Okay.
What happened was that at the time, I was saving up and I got another ASU drawer that I got. And I was thinking about changing the gates in the front of my mom's house. And I said, you know what, let me just fix up the gate and put the electrical gates and just go from there. So I had a friend of mine, he actually told me that's a bad move, why don't you get a storefront?
Right.
I was like, no, I can't get a storefront. Even though I had clients that were actually pushing us to get one, I still had fear inside me to say, well, no, I don't think I'm gonna cover that overhead expense, two lights, a rent, mortgage, cable, phone. I was like, how am I going to pay all these things? And I am so young. I have all these bills, and I'm looking at my paycheck, and I'm like, okay, if I work this amount of hours, that amount of hours, that still wouldn't tally up to the amount of bills I have to actually pay every month. So I was like, okay, do I take this step or should I back down? So at the time, I still was like, you know what? I don't think I should get into that. And this friend of mine keep calling me, hey, you found out a storefront, you find a storefront as yet? No. Find a storefront as yet? No. So at the time, me and my sister was looking at some place in Foxhill, and I was like, you know what? It's a bit small. She agreed too. She was like, you know what? I don't think that was the location God had visioned us to be in. So we was like, you know what? Hell with it. Let's go on to the next. So we started looking around. We didn't find anything. So my friend actually found us a storefront, which is now located on East Street, and he went and talked to the landlord, and the only thing he did was told me that, you know what, come, I'm talking to the landlord now, you could come and speak with him. I was like, why did this man do that? I don't want to go in the storefront.
Wow.
I was like, why is he trying to let me use my last bit of funds, but I actually had plans to renovate my mom's gate, and you actually want me to go in the storefront? Like, why would you do this to me? So I was like, you know what, let me just go look at it. And when I look at it, I was impressed.
Wow.
Something in me said, you know what, go with it.
And I bet today you don't regret it.
No.
I like the way it looked. I didn't see the photo of it, but I saw like you in the shop, and I saw I think that's it.
The background.
The background. And I was like, wow, because I've been stalking, like I say, but you see now where you made a faith move and you decided to get this storefront. And this friend was actually like God's angel.
Yes.
Like he was a messenger.
Yes.
Because usually when you see someone keep nagging, they're not nagging just for nagging's sake. I've had that happen to me before.
Wow.
And not until you take the leap, you understand why they were nagging. It was really a message from God for you to step out like that. Because I mean, in the back of the trunk, come on. I mean, it's a
humble beginning.
yeah, but which is cool. You know where you came from,
Right.
and it would always keep you there. You would understand that, you know, I was able to grow from here to this, and so that is pretty good. So now let's get into it, Adeline. You're working at Island Dock. You're a cashier.
Right.
You are a business owner. You're a CEO. Your first store. You got promoted immediately after.
Well, basically, I was a cashier, say, about 2 years. I went from a cashier to a supervisor, from a supervisor to a manager, from a manager to a branch manager. In the process of all that, because I was so eager to work, and I'm always to work, they actually saw, they was like, you know what, this girl, she does say,
But Adeline, you're how old?
26.
And you are probably one of the youngest,
Yes.
if not the youngest, but and branch manager.
Yes.
Wow. But everybody else want to party. I'm not putting everybody down, but I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
So you were just there working and just climbing up
Yes,
the ladder.
I was working, and at the time, persons were looking at me like, how old are you? And as I talk to them, they be like, no, you don't seem to be that age, because you have some managers that are older than you,
Yes.
but then they're looking at your age and say, okay, you're actually a manager. So yeah.
Wow. So now I want to get into that part. Every time well, not every time, but you love someone, you lose them. So now I want to get to this place now where you're progressing, you're moving up the ladder. You are how old? Not now. How old were you at this time now? We're getting to this point now with your daughter. We're moving on to the other tragedy scene, because now every doors are opening for you, but once again, tragedy strikes.
Yes.
And so I want to go back there. You are now 23, I think you told
Yes,
me.
I was 23.
23 years old. Tell me what happened then.
Basically, I was 23 at the time, and I started, me and my daughter's father, we were friends for quite some time. And I guess the way he always used to tell me, you know what, you are just what? I never met anyone like you. I mean, your age, you're only 23 and you just act like a 40-year-old woman.
Yes.
I mean, the way that you think, the way that you have everything. You manage your money. You don't ask me for anything. Because persons, they normally feel as though because you're seeing an older guy, it's for the money.
But Adeline, stop right there. How did you get, you're not old, but how did you get old? Like very wise.
Like I told you before, I used to like being around persons who were way older than me. So
And you
sitting
ask a lot of
I
questions.
asked a lot of questions. I always wanted to know why. Tell me why. I want to see this. I want to know that. Tell me this. Tell me that. And I feel as though I learn more from older people, and they prepare me because they already experience it.
Yes.
I feel as though that can actually help me. So if I have a question, I ask them, they give me that answer. I go back home and I dwell on that and I say, you know what? So that's how I was always wise, and I always like persons who are wiser than me. Because I always feel as though if me and you the same age and I notice the way that you think,
Right.
if it ain't on my level, guess what? I
gotta
just
go.
listen you.
Wow.
Just listen you.
Wow. So, yeah, so now we're at that place now. Let's carry on. Let's go back there. 23 years old, Adeline.
47-year-old.
Dating a 47-year-old man. He was your friend first, you said?
Yes, he was my friend at first. I used to ask him for advice. I used to, seek his, how can I put this? I used to seek his advice because, like I say, I like to be around older people.
Yeah.
So anything I had, I used to be like, you know what about this and what about that? And he would always give me the best advice. And that's one of the reasons what I had admire about him, and then the way that he dealt with his kids. So I was always a freak for persons who love their kids, men that love their kids. They would, I wouldn't say get my attention, but that's something I would actually focus on, because I am a family woman. I love my kids.
Yes.
So it's like very hard to find a man that go all out for their kids. And for some strange reason, I love men that actually trip over their kids. Like they want to be and take part in everything that their kids are a part of. They want to be there for their kids. They like anything, I go into my kids.
Yes.
I rather they put their kids, be like, I have to go. My kids are depending on me. They're waiting on me. So yes. So that's how it was with him. He was a very loving father, per se, and yeah.
Wow. So how did you get dating?
Dating him because I wanted to get over a relationship that I didn't want to be in at the time. I just was more, like say for instance, if you dating somebody and because you conversating with this other person, you start to catch feelings for them.
Yes.
So your focus and your attention goes off from that other person and then goes on to the new person.
Yes.
So at that time I started dating him. We became very close. And then after we became close, I started basically sleeping at his house. So his kids then moved to the States and I was sleeping there every night. Because how he was so attached to his kids,
Right.
he started to get depressed because they left him and
Right.
that was basically all he had.
Wow.
So at that time I was like, you know what, instead of you, because he used to cry a lot, he loved his kids so much, he used to sit there and literally cry because he wanted them to be there. So I used to say, you know what, let me just go there and comfort him.
Wow. And through comforting, Adeline. Well, we didn't get there yet, but you started, you both got feelings for each other, and then you started a relationship.
Yes.
And of course, the relationship was short-lived. It didn't last
it
long
was short-lived.
because tragedy once again hit the place. And so, talk to us about that.
Okay, it happened on the eve of my birthday, and I had just spoken to him, say about 6 o'clock, and the last thing he told me was that he was going to get something to eat. And at the time, he was actually shopping for a gift at John Bull. He went downtown, he went to shop for my gift. And I had just came from the salon, so I was like, you know what, let me just chill out until probably like around 9, 10 o'clock, and then I'll drive up there, give him time to get home and stuff like that. And as I was actually on vacation from work, so I was actually home. So when I sat down, I was like, you know what, let me just kill time, let me watch TV. I can't remember what else I was doing, but I know I was watching TV at the time, and I got this phone call. And when my phone rang, they was like, hey, Miss Lubin, you need to go home. Something happened. So I was like, what you talking about? Something happened, you need to go home. Because at that time I was already home. So it didn't dwell on me that actually something may have happened to him at his house.
Right.
Because they just were saying home. So when she hung up, she called back. I was like, who is that? It was his neighbor. She called back. She's like, Miss Lubin, something happened to Kevin. You need to go home.
Wow.
And immediately I just dropped and I stood like, what? So I called his house phone, and when I called his house phone, his son picked up the phone, and he was like, Daddy just got shot, and hung up the phone.
Wow.
And when he did that, I was like, everything just rushed through me. I just stood there, and I feel like I just wanted to faint. It's like I went crazy. And it's like I didn't even want to believe it, because I had just spoken to him. You know, when you just speak to somebody and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And when that happened, I asked I think it was my sister. She was home at the time. I was like, you know, when I told my mom, I was like, Mommy, somebody just called and said Kevin just got shot. I need to go down there now. But I was getting ready to go by myself. So when my sister here and all, she was like, what? She's like, can you just talk to him? And I was like, yes, I just talked to him. So we then later drove down there. And when I saw the yellow tape, it's like, that's when everything just shut down. I was like, no, this is not true. This is not true.
So what is going through your head? Because you know you
like,
lost your brother the same way.
It feel like a dream, and that's the same thing that went through my head. Like, Lord, why am I going through this again? It's 2011, and now it's 2014, and I'm going through the same process.
Yes.
Only thing with now, basically, my brother now is somebody that I actually love at the time.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? This got to be a dream. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And as the car got closer, I was like, you know what? This is a dream. I was like, Liz, please wake me up. Liz, this can't be true. Liz, this can't be true. Liz, they lying. They lying. I say, tell me this is a dream. And it's like, I could see the look in my sister's eye. Like she was out of words. Because even though I wanted it to be a dream, she couldn't lie to me and tell me that it was a dream. So as we got closer and I saw his body on the floor, that's when hell break loose. I must eat more grass than I don't know what.
Wow.
I was still pregnant at the time.
Right.
I didn't even care anymore. I just wanted to go over there and just wake him up. And I was like, Lord, I was questioning God, and I was like, Lord, why are you taking me through this? This have to be a test. I don't deserve this. It's like 2011, 2014, 2011, 2014, and as the crowd grew larger and everybody was actually there. They had Doctor's Hospital. He was actually a manager at Doctor's Hospital at the time. And with him being a manager at the Doctor's Hospital, they had Doctor's Hospital ambulance there and PMH ambulance. So I trying to figure out why the siren ain't on, why the engine off, like nobody's trying to actually pick him up and take him to the hospital. And as I cry and cry and cry, it's like trying to rush. they would not let me get close to that body for nothing. It's like 10 people was holding me down. They actually got a chair for me to sit down, and I did not want to sit down. The only thing I kept hearing, you know what, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And then the neighbors didn't know I was pregnant at the time, but my family knew I was pregnant. So they was trying to figure out, you know what, calm down.
Wow. Wow. That is,
Yeah.
that is a lot. I mean, do you still think about it?
I still think about it because I have his daughter, and she looks exactly
You
like
said
him.
so. She's so
She
beautiful.
sleeps like him. She acts like him, and it's every morning or every day I look at her, I just see him, and it's not to say it's scary, but it's like a haunting feeling because you're looking at the same person.
Wow. Well, see, you know, I don't know
Yeah,
how it feel, but I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. But so talk to me, Adeline. The family now. You know, he's dead, and you know somebody killed him, of course. Did they ever get closure to the
no,
case?
they haven't got closure to the case, and at this time, I still pray about it
Yes.
because there's nothing else I possibly could do. But God sees and knows all things, and like I always say, you know, I don't know who did it or who's behind it, but the only thing I could do is pray
Yes.
and ask God to forgive them
Yes.
and help them to come forward. But at this time, nothing still.
So
I'm
how
still
has it been with you and the family, the tension and the
At,
assumptions and all of that stuff?
at that time, I was still there, and they started giving attitude, and they were saying, you know what, you were the blame and you set him up. And in my mind, I'm like, why would I set up somebody who I love, somebody who I'm pregnant for? What am I getting out of it?
Right.
It's not that I'm insured, we are married, he just gave me a large lump sum of money. It's nothing. So what am I getting out of killing him? And I have to raise my daughter on my own.
Yes.
It's not beneficial to me because at the end of the day, I still have to explain to my daughter, hey, mommy, where's my daddy?
Wow. And does that question come up?
She says her daddy is to work. Every day she'd be like, because I have his picture on my girl, and she'd be like, you know what, my daddy went to work. When people ask me, like, my daddy went to work, and sometimes me and my mom would look at each other, and we just would tilt our head down and be like, you know what, my mom, but every time she would raise her hand, she said, Lord, be with that person who did it, because at the end of the day, this would they have my grandchild and my daughter living with, out of father, out of a boyfriend.
Wow. So, I mean, so she believes that her dad is at work.
Yes, she tells people her dad is at work.
And how old is she now?
She's 2. She's gonna be 3.
And she's so beautiful. I saw her, I watched
So when
her
they ask, they be
videos.
like, my daddy went to work.
Wow. So she does not know.
No, she does not.
So you think that, you know, one day,
Yeah, one day when she understands,
Yes.
I would sit down and I would tell her. But I don't think she's at the age right now for me to explain that. Because if I say pass or he had died,
Yeah.
she'll be
She's
lost.
still-
She's
yeah.
still lost.
yeah, yeah. So how was the funeral and going through all of that?
He basically didn't have a funeral. They had cremated him.
Mm.
They cremated him. And up to this day, I still question why they had done that. And because all of the tension, at the time, me and the officer who was dealing with the case, we basically built a relationship because I was constantly calling him and talking to him and asking him, you know, have you found the person as yet? How's the case going? Could you give me some information? Because I need closure. And he was like, you know what, it's nothing yet. We're still investigating this. And he was actually trying to get information from me that I could actually assist with. So with me constantly conversating with him and talking to him and giving him information, we started to talk about the funeral. And he was like, you know, I don't think I would advise you to go to the funeral based on the tension and your predicament. So I don't think you should go to the funeral.
So
at the
you
time.
did not go?
I did not go to the funeral. They didn't have a funeral. I think they had a memorial service.
Right.
They had a
Because they
memorial.
cremated.
Right. They had a memorial service.
Wow. So your daughter and her grandparents and her aunts and uncles and all of that stuff is there. Does she know anybody? Does she spend time?
She basically, her siblings are in the States now. Her dad had about 5 kids. She made 6. And 3 of them, basically all of them live in the States, but the last 3 youngest one, we keep in communication with them. Me and his ex-wife, we have a very good relationship.
All right.
Before he passed, we had a good relationship, and after we passed, we still have a good relationship. Like
That is
if the
awesome.
kids have a game, she'd be like, if you could take the time off and you can come over to watch the kids game, that's fine, just let me know. Yeah, we have, and when they come to Nassau, she'll let me know, okay, so and so is coming to Nassau
So that
on
they
this
can get
day,
together.
so that they can get together and they can have a privilege to see Haley at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how has birthdays been for you now? The eve of your birthday, you lost a loved one. How do you celebrate it now?
Honestly, with my birthdays, I hate my birthdays, reason being because it's not the same anymore, because every time I have to go back to this state of depression, be like, you know what, this what I had to went through, and it all plays, it's like a replay. And with that being said, it's like the eve of my birthday, that is my birthday. Like every time my birthday comes and my sister asks me, hey, what it is that you want to do? I don't want to do nothing. But she still go ahead and plan a dinner, like a family function. I think one of my birthdays, the last time I told her I didn't want to do nothing, her and my staff and other colleagues, they planned something saying, you know what, you're my motivational coach, you're the best coach I could ever count on, because I always inspire them, you know, no matter what life throws at you, just keep going forward. See, the enemy wants us to stay on pause.
Yes.
And he wants to distract you to say, well, you know what? Don't move forward.
Yes.
People are, I mean, at that time, people was just licking me. I lose friends. I lost people who I actually thought was my closest friend. They started spreading rumors. And it's like, I stood in my room for like days, didn't want to come out. I think it was almost like, but almost a month.
Wow.
I wanted to quit my job at the time. I even thought about committing suicide. I've never told anybody that. But I thought about committing suicide at the time, and I was like, and like I say, the enemy was attacking me left, right, and center. It was one time that I actually was driving around Porterski Dock, and it was like, go up that bridge. Just run the car straight over. My son was in the back seat. I was still pregnant, and I was like, you know what? I just should. And for some reason, no matter how bad I wanted to turn that vehicle to go up that bridge,
Wow.
it's like an angel actually drove me straight home. Up to this day, I cannot tell you how I got home. Because as bad as I wanted to make that turn, I could not make that turn. That vehicle would not turn.
Wow.
Yep.
It was not. Wow.
It was not a good feeling, because it's nothing like when you know who you are.
Yes.
And you know people know your character.
Yes.
And you have people, strangers coming at you and just licking you and just telling you, you this person, you did this, you did that. And you know deep down inside, you're not that type of person.
Wow. Wow. So are you still living with this, Adeline?
Yes, I will always live with it, because nothing comes to an end. Everything you go through, you still dwell on it, you still think about it, you still be like, you know what, if this didn't have happened, where would you be by now? Where you and that person would be right now? Sometimes I even still think about my brother. If he was still alive, would I still be into business? Would I still take life serious? Would I still tap into purpose? And if my daughter's father was alive, where would we be at the time? Would we still be together? Would we be married by now? Would we have broken up? Where would we be?
So it's a lot of unanswered
Yes,
questions.
it's a lot of unanswered questions at the time.
Wow. Let me read some comments off to you. Melanie says, so sad during a time of grief, family act this way. Lady Amin says, heartbreaking. Juju says, oh wow, this is crazy. People are saying, Bella says, but God. Lady Amin says, yes, he tries to hinder you. Hashtag overcome. Petra says, jealousy, my love. Never stop having that faith as small as a mustard seed. Miss Triple M says, it was not designed to happen that way. I think they're talking about the suicide. Samari says, when God has a plan for your life, he takes you through the fire just to show you what you're made of. You are strong, you are courageous, you are a living testimony. God had a way of doing things. Wifey Lioness says, God is bigger than any person. Keep your faith. Lars 242, I hope I'm saying that right. She's saying very inspiring. I'm Pretty Dope says, hello. Wifey Liner says, you are a sweet soul inside and out. Tamari says, wow, but God. So people here, send some hearts across the stream. This is something else. This is something else. Adeline, I see. So where are you now? Have you moved on in your life? Like, has your heart opened up to say, I can love again?
Basically, I have not moved on. I'm still single at the time. I started dating and then I stopped. I started dating like say about last year. I went about on 2 dates. And it's still it ain't there yet. Like my body would not allow me, my soul would not allow me to move on. Because there's still things that I'm working on, because I prayed and I told God, you know, with all this happening, I would not get another boyfriend. My next relationship will be my marriage.
Well, I know.
And from ever since my daughter's dad passed, I've been studying, I've been reading books, I've been getting advice from married couples, I've been attending seminars, I've been listening to clips like Sarah Jakes, yes. I've been listening to how they deal with relationship. I've listened to Miles Monroe, how dealing with relationships also. So I've been seeking answers and seeking how to grow myself for this promotion. Because I said, Lord, my next relationship will be my marriage.
Amen. I believe in God.
2 kids, boyfriend, sleeping, creeping. I'm done with that.
I've been watching you, Adeline, and something that I really admired about you, just following your page and trying to get to know you from, just creeping. I noticed that you do a lot of wedding stuff. Like you look at things and you like, I would want this and I would want that. And just basically preparing yourself for the time, because you never know when the man is gonna.
He could be watching right now.
That's the truth. He could be there now.
Yes.
Do you think you would be ready for that?
I think I would be ready for that. Reason being, I know how to manage. I've joined Toastmasters to work on my people skills, communication skills, learning how to deal with people, learning how to deal with relationships, reading. I just was reading a book on submission earlier today. How to submit, because a lot of persons right now, what they're doing, they're getting married because either their family member wants them to get married, or they just want to have a show of a beautiful wedding to post on social media, like the next best thing.
And then what happens after that?
And then what happens after that? They then go through a divorce, or them and their husbands are not together anymore. And I'm working with a lot of women in my field, going to work and listening to their stories. Okay, me and my husband, we don't sleep in the same bed. And I'm like, wow. That's crazy. And to know that they're just been married, like they just gotten married a year ago, and you guys are actually going through this like right now. Like, what is causing this? Because persons are not training themselves and preparing themselves to live with somebody.
Go ahead, Adeline, give us life.
And the thing about it is, because they're not used to living with that significant other, or living with their husband to be, or their husband at the time, they then say, you know what, I can't take this. They don't know how to submit, because then you will have to then seek answers from your husband at the time to say, well, you know what, baby, I'm going to do this, or I'm getting ready to do this. It's not all about you anymore.
That's right.
You have to go under submission. You have to ask everything.
Yes, ma'am.
He's the man. He's the leader. So he's basically leading the house.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. Adeline, this is wow. This is powerful. Let me read some more comments. So Mary says, love you, Adeline. You are an inspiration. My friend from primary school. Melanie says, a lot of questions. It's like I'm looking in a mirror. You're inspiring me. Miss Dot 3 Low says, hello. Miss Ouden. Okay. Why Stubbs Design says amen. Petra says amen. Speak it into existence. Tamari says amen. Everyone is agreeing with this, Adeline, because that is one of the things that I really, really admired when I went on your page. I'm like, is she getting married or is she engaged? But at the end of the day, I saw a woman that is preparing.
Yes.
Like how the church is preparing for the coming of God. It's like, I see you preparing for this man, so that when he comes, There's
You
no.
just sweep me off my foot. I
That's
even
it.
changed my appearance because I don't think nobody liked those sexy clothes. Mind you, I still love sexy clothing.
Uh-huh.
But I would dress myself as if I am going to meet my husband.
So talk to us. Last week or week before last, we talked about, I think, dress code. I think with Zemi, and she gave life to that. Give us some information on that topic too. Some women may be watching us tonight that may be in waiting as well, just like you, preparing for their groom. How do you feel dress-wise, and how did God shift you and your appearance?
When he shifted me, I didn't want to let go of those. Like I said, I used to like those sexy clothing, you know, your breasts out, a little short, little skirt, a little nice fitted dress. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to let go of these things. These things I really like. These are the things that I like.
Right.
So when he shifted me, he took me into this vision to say, well, okay, you're asking for this, but you still want to dress like somebody else. How would you think your husband to be, or the person who I have designed for you, vision you or picture you?
Right.
So if I'm dressing with my breasts out or short pants, you will find guys on the road, hey, Lil Dane, give me some of that, or the way that they come on to you. Right, I can't take that approach. So I'm not going to advertise what I'm not selling.
Wow. Hey, everybody's listening to this. Monica is saying, you are helping me right now. Word received. Juju Locke says, sexy and moderation. Tamari says, word. That is so true. Why do you think, talk to me, Adeline, you know, women today, a lot of us, we believe that we got to show all of this. I talked about that before on the session where I remembered showing my husband a photo of me because I loved my boobs being up. Like, I was like, my boobs got to be pushed up. Everything I wore, my boobs have to be out. And I showed him a picture of me and I was out and I was like, babe, look at this. How do I look? And he was like, you know, I wouldn't, no. And I was surprised because who don't want that? I mean, I'm looking all hot, like my boobs are up, and he was like, that's not attractive to me. Like, I'm not attracted to that. And I was like, what? And you know, that night, all kind of guys was like running after me. So I'm like, you know, he was showing me that right there is the, you know, you've given me everything right there at my eyes. I am literally, you know, sexing you with my eyes. You don't have to do anything else, you know. So what is there left? It's just a hit and run. You know, it's nothing to call a wife material. And then I realized too that we become mothers and then we still want to dress, so what are you telling your daughters?
Right.
You know? So talk to us about that, Adeline. Why do you think so many women today struggle with, I saw it as low self-esteem. This is what I saw it as.
That's exactly how
I saw it as low self-esteem. I saw it as looking for attention. Just shed some light on that right there. Dress code and you know, you're waiting on this man, because a lot of times, they say, this man, he got to be able to pay my bills, but the man who can pay your bills ain't really looking for...
No, he ain't looking for that. What I would always tell persons, you know, dress code. If you're looking for a husband and he's looking for a wife, you really think he wants a ratchet wife? Or somebody who is basically showing all of their boobs and exposing themselves? In his mind, you look like a meal for that night.
But we gotta stop though. Some men do want a ratchet wife. So.
Hold on. Yes, they do.
Okay.
But how long they're gonna last with that ratchet wife?
Well, I mean, what about ratchet inside and then?
I mean, you could be ratchet. That's behind closed door.
Right. That's all. I don't even get that point.
That's
Okay.
behind closed door, which
All
is
right.
fine. You could be ratchet behind closed door.
Yeah.
But whereas when you go on the outside, you think he wants to care. Say, for instance, he has a function, a work function, and you got all your boobs out. He see all his colleagues and his co-workers, this is his boss looking at you like,
Who this is? Shanine.
So who's that? And at the same time, you know, women, you know what will really run a man? The minute they ask for something. We have a lot of women today, they tend to want these guys, them to pay their bills. It's like a must for them. Oh, if you don't pay my bills, that's it. Not saying it's a problem with it.
No, I with you. I'm there.
I have always been independent. Every guy I had dated,
that's me.
They could never say that. One day, I said, you know what? I need my hair fixed, I need my nails done, I need my bills paid. I paid my son's school fee myself. I did everything on my own. So when they saying, oh, you always to work, and I always saying, hey, I ain't asking you for nothing.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, do you think that social media has a big influence on what people do and how they carry themselves?
Yes, because it's like a competition now. Especially with persons within my age bracket. It's like who's going away, who's going to Vegas, who's always dressing up, who's the, what they call it, the millionaire or the billionaire who get all this money, or who this person dating. So it's a big competition.
Okay.
You went to Vegas this week, okay, I go into Vegas the same week. You doing this, you got a new pair of outfit, you get your hair done. So it's like a competition where they ain't getting nobody nowhere. So why would you compete rather than competing with one another? Why try not uplift one another? Be like, you know what? If you come to the table, I come to the table, she comes to the table, let's bring this money in this pot and figure out a business deal and say, well, you know what? Like Chinese, I love how Chinese operate. They think with their head.
Yes.
And for some strange reason, do you see them in the food store?
The Chinese?
Yeah.
No.
Because I don't see them.
No, I never saw a Chinese in the food store.
Because you know why?
Unless you in that store.
Right. You know why? Because they buy truckloads or bundles and they order everything in bundles and have it shipped. Like you bring, say, $1,000, I bring $1,000, she bring $1,000, and we buy groceries from overseas and bring everything in.
Wow.
Why we can't do that? Instead of competing to say, well, you know what, I go in Vegas, or I see Sarah just went to Vegas, or I can go Los Angeles, or I go in Vegas next. And it's like, I watching your page, you watching my page, and who doing the most traveling, who doing the most shopping, who wearing the most name brand. You don't have to wear a name brand to look nice.
That's right. You're right.
Value. Why should I say, well, okay, I don't have to buy Louis Vuitton, Michael Kors to make myself feel valuable. I don't have to buy a luxury car to make not saying that those stuff are not nice, mind you.
Right.
They are nice to have, but why should I leave myself break, or why should I use those things to give me value?
Can I make a confession?
Go ahead.
You are talking to me. All of my life, I have never bought myself, I have never bought myself a Gucci pair of shoes or a bag or jewelry or anything. You know, forgive me, but I shop in those little, I go on the sale racks.
Oh, me too.
I go on the sale racks and I go in the little $10 shoe stores. But when I put them on, I feel like I make them look like, oh, you can't tell me I ain't been in Coach. Now hold on now, I welcome the gifts. You know, everything that I have that is of name brand has been gifts. But I've never placed myself because I've never been materialistic. I've never been one that, you know, and I never wanted my daughter to be, well, they're in the age now where they're kind of like trapped into Crocs and all these things. I allow her to do it. But I've never been hell-bent on, you know, she got these Gucci shoes, I gotta have these Gucci shoes. I think it just struck me the other day. I told my husband, I said, look, I would like a pair of shades with the shoes and I think I'm gonna treat myself to that. I mean, come on, I'm 37 now. I could at least do it now. But I've never really hung myself there. And I've never really wanted to, you know, I see her do it because I don't know what she did to get that.
Exactly.
And I've always been very independent as well. Every relationship that I've been in, I've been very dominating. I've been the one in charge. But I thank God for this marriage because now my husband is in charge. And you know, at some point I didn't want to let go. But then he came and he was like, you know, he had to show me how he was going to allow me to let go. And so, you know, I'm feeling you on the couch tonight, and I think that people are being inspired here tonight because it is so true. We want all of these things, but we don't want to work for it.
Right.
We don't want to put in what we need to put in. I'm going to miss these comments. We don't want to put in the things that we need to put in to get what we want.
Right.
Because if you're going to dress like all the boobs out, then when the people are calling you those names, then that's
get upset.
But you can't get upset. You know what I mean? And I believe that you can look modest and still be sexy and still look very much appealing and appealing to the right man who's going to say the right words rather than, hey, what that is over there.
You look like a meal for the night.
Your lines, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. So now, Adeline, so you're preparing for this husband. You have the hosiery place. Listen, ladies, once again, please, the hosiery place that Adeline has, she sells you don't need to put yourself on the surgery. She has those hosieries. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to wear it on the show.
And those shapers.
Oh, and those shapers, and even the breast thing, it looks like you got the breast done and all of that. And there's no lining underneath. I noticed that there's no
lining.
Is that really your models doing that, or it's just promotion?
It's models. Some of them are models, and then because basically with Bahamian women, a lot of them are scared to show their body.
Yeah.
So some of them are our models, and then some of them are just promotional models, persons who we use from overseas.
Okay, all right. Wifey Lina says, I love name brand, but I buy them myself other than a gift from my husband. Tamari says, Jesus, what a word. Juju says, hashtag, what a word. Yes, Juju. Yes, step up hosiery. Yeah, we preaching here tonight. I mean, this is, because I see you, Adeline, as, sitting here being like an advocate for women who are preparing for their groom and teaching women how to prepare, like how to get ready, what not to do and what to do, even though everyone's taste is going to be different.
Yes.
I think that a lot of times we as women, we want these things, and that's probably why you're not dating or really giving someone a chance yet, because you're in process.
Yes, not saying that they're like coming like crabs, but a lot of them feel intimidated by me because I do everything on my own. So when they come be like, you know what, let me buy you something. No, I good.
Wow.
Oh, I could buy you this. Oh no, I good.
Wow.
I could buy myself that. So it's like they trying to use different strategies to get my attention, and they just don't know what to use to get my attention. Like I would say, once again, if you come across your mate, and basically you're looking for your soulmate, if that's the one God had chosen for you, y'all soul had already met before.
That's powerful.
So the minute you get in contact with him, you then connect. So because I'm not clicking onto them, like snapping onto them, they're not my mates.
Wow.
Have you ever met somebody and you feel as though you met them before?
Yes.
Be like, you know
I
what?
had that before.
I met you before. It's something about you. Because your spirit had already met them before.
Yes.
So because me and them are not clicking, they're wondering, okay, why I'm not getting this girl attention? Why this, why that? They calling my phone and I just blue ticking them. They texting my phone or they asking for a date and I just don't respond.
People don't like when you blue tick them online.
I know.
Oh my God,
But
that's not nice.
I mean, but at least they'll get the idea that, okay, you're
You
not,
follow,
yeah,
right.
I'm not the one.
So what are you looking for in this?
What I'm basically looking for is someone who can lead the home. I need to be led, me along with my kids. I'm not gonna find someone who is wise. So it's like I'm seeking your knowledge. Some things I don't know. So I'm gonna ask you and be like, you know what is this? Where do I go from here? And with me getting myself prepared for the future, I am going to need a strong man.
I agree.
So I am moving into businesses. I am getting ready to purchase my home. It's like I can't.
Adeline, how old are you?
I am 26.
You are about 50 years old.
So it's like
Oh my
I can't
God.
consider getting a guy that's gonna weigh me down or looking for a come up.
Wow.
Because I did not work this hard. Half of the time
To have
I get off
nobody.
from to suck off me. So half of the time you'll see me getting off from work, I am dead tired. But I'm working for my boss and yet working for my dreams at the same time. So help somebody to come next to me to say, well, you know what I can get off of her. I don't need nobody to stop this process because I don't know when my time is going to come to an end.
Hello.
So I have to prepare myself for my kids, per se, in terms of insurance, household, businesses. So if something was to happen to me tomorrow, I could say, well, you know what? I left something for them.
Amen.
It wouldn't be a burden on my sister. It wouldn't be a burden on my mother. Because at the end of the day, we have a very good relationship, my sister and my mom.
Wow.
So everything that I do, I involve them. So that if something was to happen to me, they already know what to do. So when I do decide to find this mate, or when the Lord decide to bless me with my husband, it's going to be a plus. Because once you have a cup and another cup, The only thing we put them together, 50 and 50 makes 100. We're gonna overflow.
Wow.
We are going to overflow.
Wow.
And the only thing I need for him to do is grab my hand and let's take over this market.
Woo. This is
The money is there. The money is there, people. The resources are there. But it's just that, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? A lot of times we ask God, Lord, allow me to move where you want me to move. Allow me to make this money.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, what are you doing to help God to push you? People look at me and they be like, you know what, how do you do it? How do you attend all these meetings, these seminars, run this business, run that business? And I have like 4 different phones and all of them ring in, and I manage all of them. You know why? Because there's nothing you can't do. As long as you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Wow.
Like I would tell people again.
Go ahead, Adeline.
Luke chapter 11 verse 9. What does it say?
You go.
Ask and it shall be given.
That's right.
Seek
And
and
you
you
shall
shall
find.
find. Knock and the doors shall
ahead,
be
go
open.
ahead.
So looking at these biblical
Wow.
scriptures,
Wow.
there's no way God has placed me on this earth to suffer. And because all of these things have happened to me, and because I had to go through this process, because a seed doesn't just go into a seed and just form into this beautiful tree and start growing these beautiful fruits. It goes through stages. So right now, many people will look at me, oh, she went through this process and she did this and she did that. But God was taking me to this process so that I can get serious.
Yes.
Walk into purpose. Show
Yes.
purpose. Because there's a lot of people that's going out there. They don't know where the next meal is coming from. They don't know what to do. And as these things happen to them, like losing a loved one, they just want to give up. What do I do next? If you lost that loved one and he loves you, he would want you to move forward. Even though he had died already, he don't want you just to kill all your dreams and just sit there and cry. God is going to raise you back up and he's going to push you out there so that he can get the glory. I don't want the glory for myself. When people look at me, they be like, you know what, you look nice. You just came from so far. And the only thing I can do is say, Lord, thank you.
Yes.
Because you looking at the pretty picture now, you don't know my story. When I was crying, when I was vomiting, when I was in my bedroom for weeks, for days, didn't want to come out, didn't want to face life, wanted to quit my job, wanted to commit suicide. People were saying, you know what, that is not no true because I do not look what I've been through.
You sure
If
don't.
I tell you even sitting here today, thinking about what I've went through and know how God had pushed me forward, I was like, Lord, you just don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like you just blow my mind.
Wow.
And it's like, even with Toastmasters, I joined Toastmasters because I was always afraid to speak. And you guys are looking at me now wondering how I get so strong. Going to Toastmasters, I practice every week. Going to that lecture, persons are calling me, asking me on the spot questions. So it's like right now, Ms. Lightburn asking me these questions. I just spitting it out there and you wondering why I'm just sitting here so strong. Is that I practice for the same session. I have to say myself actually sitting in this couch. Before I even met you, I knew I was going through this process.
Wow. We just, you know the thing, hashtag give me some more time. We was just so deep in it that the team did not even realize we were counting down. I apologize. We're back. Please send all of those comments back across the screen. I want to read them to Adeline, please. I saw a comment saying that you are so beautiful. Your story is so beautiful. I just want you to send the things, send the questions, send the comments back across the screen. I want Adeline to hear them all from you. I want to hear what you are saying. People were hashtagging no leeches. I guess no scrubs and all of that stuff was coming across the screen. I'm seeing, but I am like so much into this story right now. Like I am being inspired. But you were saying that even before coming here, you knew. Take us back there again.
Before I joined Toastmasters, the reason why I joined Toastmasters is I saw myself going around Nassau and inspiring teenagers, talking and sharing my story with other persons. So with that being said, I saw myself actually sitting on this couch. So I was trying to figure out, I'm not the person to actually open up and share my story.
Wow.
I am afraid of cameras.
Wow.
I am afraid of audience. I can't speak amongst large crowds of persons.
Well,
So
you ain't afraid tonight. Can I tell you a
I'm
secret?
not afraid of
Can I
tonight.
tell you a
I'm not
secret?
afraid tonight.
Just now when we signed off, I saw like 75 people watching.
Wow.
You are talking to a lot of people. Don't mind the numbers that you're seeing there. I don't get caught up on numbers because, you know, when I started Faith Talk, God told me not to get caught up on the numbers, just speak. And, you know, you said you don't speak in the front of, but 75 people were here. And these people are writing and these people are showing you so much love, but you are. And they're coming across the screen. I don't want to miss it. Let me read some quickly, Adeline, because I'm going to let you give us some more motivation quickly. Tamari says, they know your glory, but not your story.
Yes.
Lady Amen, she's hashtagging more time for me. Bella says, you need to write a book. Petra says, the devil is a liar to try stop this broadcast. Look where God has brought you from, Adeline. Juju says, what a motivating story. Tamari says, yes, you are very inspiring. Petra says, truth, Bella, she's actually reading her own book. Lady Amen says, divine intervention. Adeline is here. It says, God never puts you through hardship for no reason. He's been working on you from such a young age, simply to prepare you for purpose. He wants to prepare you for what he has in store for you. Denny says, you were afraid, but not anymore. Juju says, Phyllis. Monique says, you really speaking to me. I will get there. So you are here and people are watching, and I want you to take note as well that there are a lot of people that tune in with me every Wednesday. I call them silent viewers. They may not comment there, but when I'm done, they may come afterwards and send a little note to me. But you are definitely inspiring somebody out there today. But I just want you, we're going to close off soon, so if you got anything to say to Adeline, please send it in. But I'm going to let you inspire us and motivate us a little bit more. Where is Adeline going now?
Where am I going now? I'm basically expanding within my business. I do step upholstery. Mm-hmm. I import cars. I order cars. I bring them in. I sell cars.
Oh, hold on. Babe, hold on. Adeline, you got to slow down.
Yes.
You are 26 years old. I am saying this for a reason. You are 26.
Yes. And
you bring in cars.
I bring in cars. I sell cars. I order cars, whatever you need, car parts, I do that. Yes.
You all see the look on my face. One of y'all looking for a car? Go ahead, Adeline.
Yes,
wow.
I bring in cars. So it's just not only step upholstery, and me and my sister, we actually branching on to other things that we are getting into too. I am a shareholder also. That's my third business that I do. So it's more to come. And like I said, I am basically preparing to we're getting into purchasing homes now.
Listen to me,
Yes.
Mr. Scrub. She's not for you.
Yes.
She's not for you. But this is something else.
So we're saving. So don't mind the clock. It stopped again. Don't mind.
Oh wow! What is going on? Please.
That's the internet. That ain't
Something
really
is going on. Don't stop it. Something is going on. Wow. We back. We're there. Could everybody see us, please?
Yeah, I think so.
Something just okay. So homes,
Yeah,
homes, and
Yes.
listen to me.
Homes and
This has
cars.
never happened on Faith Talk. This has never happened on
I'm
Faith
staying
Talk. Go ahead.
focused. I'm basically staying focused. Reason being, the minute not only should I say I don't want a boyfriend or I don't want a date, it's the distraction.
Yes.
Because he's gonna say, you know what, I don't have time for him. I need to do this because I'm always working. Always working. There's no day that I'm not working. Sometimes I hardly sleep. Even though I'll be in my bedroom, my door will be locked, I'm not sleeping. I'm either looking for a product or I'm looking for something else to market.
What about mommy time?
Oh yes, with mommy
With the
time,
kids.
I take my kids out. Even though I might not post everything because I don't like to post a lot of things that I do. But persons who are on my WhatsApp, they know I'm always over my kids. Last Saturday, I just took my kids to the movies, and then like when I'm home, even though I'm working on my business, I'm still working with my son. Because even though he goes to school, we do homeschooling. I do homeschooling with him also. Like say for instance, if I work mornings and I get off at 3 o'clock, that whole week is homeschooled with my son and my daughter.
Wow.
So half of the time, even though, like I say, even though I get off from work, I go home, and that's when mommy time comes in.
You homeschool the kids?
I homeschool the kids. After they come from school, he has another session of schooling again.
Wow.
So he takes a break. We go through that whole process. Every subject his teachers actually prepare me on. I am actually going, when I get to the store, I do a bunch of printouts, like worksheets, and when he come home, he just see a full, oh my gosh, mommy. It's like all of them, I have to do all of them tonight. No, we're going to do this for the rest of the week.
How old is he?
He's 8.
You are not playing.
He's taking black this year. So I'm basically preparing him for that. And school fee is not a joke. So I am on him.
Wow. Oh my God. I want to read some more comments.
School fee is serious.
Lady in Menace says you have a powerful, I don't know if she went to say powerful mindset. Juju says, ma'am, what? You import cars? Ma'am, I need you in my life. You are 56-year-old. This is true. Listen, Adeline is not 26. I think you are not. You've been here before. You're very old. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't mean
fine.
old in a,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
And I still think, and I say, you know what, Lord, I think my husband is going to be old.
I went to
don't
ask
know.
you that.
Yes, I said the same. A lot of times I think about it because, like I said, my mindset, I don't know, I just...
But Adeline, what if your husband is like your age? I'm only asking, what if that happens?
I hope he's wise. I pray to God he's wise. I
Yes.
pray to God he has enough knowledge to lead me and could handle me, because it's like every time I'm going to be feeding him with information, and listen, he can have to come on board. Either he can swim or he can have to drown, but I can need to keep him on board, yes.
Wow.
But I have a strong feeling, like I say, I don't know what God have in store for me, whether he's going to be old, because like I say, I'm attracted to older men.
Yes.
Because I like that leadership, I like that I don't know, that
drive.
grip, that drive.
Yeah.
Because they done been there and they ain't into that partying, because a lot of persons my age, they into that party.
This
The
is
next
awful.
Honda, the next tennis, the next job. I ain't into, what kind of apartment we both buy? What we gonna do next? What kind of business we gonna venture into? I ain't have time for the Honda, the glam and the trips, mind you. Like I say, the trips are nice.
They're nice.
But let's plan for our future.
Yes, wow. Adeline says, age ain't nothing but a number, baby. Melanie says, Adeline is bomb. Lady Amin says, multi-talented, no boundaries. Juju is just overwhelmed. She's like, goodness, mama. Hashtag no scrubs. Melanie says, Holmes, listen, goals. Samari says, God will send her Boaz.
Yes.
Petra says, how do you do it? Hashtag best boss ever. Juju says, too many glitches. The enemy doesn't want this message to go out. This is inspiring for young women. Aslan says, story of my life. Juju says, God is here. Wifey says, when God looks at you, he sees a warrior. Aslan says, you're an amazing mother. Petra says, still, how do you do it? Best boss, I say. Ronnie says, wow, keep on keeping on. Tamari says, this is powerful. Lady Amint, her full. She roll. Okay, I got it now. Juju Locke says, I like that, Avanti. She wrote. Melanie says, really glad Melanin Strong says, really glad I'm watching this tonight. This is so inspiring. God bless you. I'm happy that you did come in to watch as well. So Adeline, so I believe, this is my belief, that all of this preparation, God is definitely not going to allow a scrub to invade your privacy.
No.
And I believe that your husband too, he is also preparing for you. So that when you do come together, you will connect, like you say. Because, you know, my husband and I, you know, it was an immediate connection, even though it was kind of crazy. I think I posted it before on my Instagram, how it happened. It happened, like it was a silly thing that happened, but the silly thing turned out to be this. And it's so beautiful because we are a team. We are a team in everything. No, my husband may not post all of the godly messages and all of that stuff, but he loves God just like I do. His faith is just as strong as mine. And it's amazing. That is how we have our. You know, I couldn't do it by myself. It was a joint effort. So I know what you're feeling. I know what you want. And I know what you're looking for. And it is my prayer that, of course, that man is going to... When do you want to get married anyway?
Whew. I want an African wedding.
Oh, God.
Yes.
You want an African wedding?
I want something, if it's not going to be over here and it's going to be overseas, listen to me.
You want to do that African entrance dance too?
Yes, I want them colors. I watch what it was?
Is it Nigerian wedding?
The singer went to the movies now.
Is the Black
Black
Panther
Panther.
thing?
Black Panther. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I haven't
That
watched
suit,
the Black
I was
Panther
looking at
yet.
that suit, I was like, ooh, if I don't want something, and then I want to have some compa with some Creole music.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're going to take it, we're going to have it like a different, like I say, I'm writing everything down, how I want my wedding,
wow.
the colors I want to see on my
Wow.
bridesmaid, who I want to see there. I know it's going to be
Wow.
beautiful. And yeah.
I'm
looking
about
forward-
to
looking
I'm about to
forward
put
that.
you on the spot right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Speak some Creole for us. I hear you said you want some. This
I want
compound.
some Haitian music.
Yes.
So we're gonna take it back. So I
Wow.
want to bring my culture into it.
Yes.
Even though I'm gonna bring the Bahamian culture too, but trust me, we're gonna do some slow compa. Adeline, you know exactly what I'm talking
Oh
about.
wow!
Just
But
trust
you
me.
gotta. I
Yeah.
make Adeline. I make Adeline, and she was like, "Why did you do that to me?" So I'm gonna put you. I just like to hear it. I like to hear it. I want to hear from you. Give us shed something, and then tell us what did you say to us for those that
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for just like what you say just now. I need to have this wedding with some, compound.
I play on Bel Mariage.
Wow.
That's a beautiful wedding. I want a beautiful wedding.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That is so. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? She said that just now.
Later.
My tongue is heavy. If I said that, I'd be tired right up right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. So Wifey says, yes, Freddie and Kiki power couple. Woohoo. Juju says, Adeline, you are on the couch, madam. Oh yeah. Juju says, Wakanda forever. I need to watch this Black Panther.
Yes, that is. Oh my God.
My husband invited me the night it premiered, the
I
very
watched
first
that
night.
Saturday, and I was like, that suit, that's, oh my gosh, that suit, I was like, Lord, send him, Lord, send him,
Listen,
hey.
this is powerful. I got an audience.
I want to see him in that suit.
This is powerful. Oh my God. Wifey says, yes, take me back to Africa. Black Panther. Aslan is here saying, I say, compa. So I speak in Creole, y'all. Wifey says, Pantar, not Panther. Melanin says, compa music. Okay, we got plenty. Listen, we got plenty. If we don't have the Haitian flag yet tonight, I was going to tell you, set some hearts across the screen and rap for the Creole people here. We see the hearts coming across the screen. But this is powerful tonight, Aslan. But if there's nothing else, of course, Adeline, I just called her Adeline. Adeline will definitely, probably be back on Faith Talk again, I am sure.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that she's doing. There's so much to come.
Yes.
And it's not that we're being nosy. It's not about being nosy, but it's about inspiring and empowering people to show you that despite your circumstances or whatever you may have been through, it does not define who you are or where you will end up in life. And so I am very much interested in hearing your story and seeing where you go next. Well, of course, this is not the end of me and you, because I'm going to be following you now myself. I'll definitely be posting a photo and all of Adeline's information on how you can keep up with her, all of her business, especially Step Up Hosiery. I am going to be wearing one of those.
Yes.
I have to, and show everyone here on Faith Talk, because do you lose weight in those? I was curious.
Once you watch your eating habits, because a lot of persons, what I normally tell my clients, because the Americans, if you see they want to lose weight, they stick to their diet plan.
Oh, that's me.
With Bahamians, oh my gosh, they have a party, they see curry and fried chicken and rice, and they all put some more. Why you putting a little on my plate? Put some more.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not sticking to that plan. If they have a plan to go by or meal schedule, they would be like, you know what, just this one time, and that one time becomes another time and another time and another time. So once you stick to that format to say, well, you know what, this is my diet plan, and this is, I am going to wear my shaper, because I'll fall asleep in it. As soon after I had baby, I was in a shaper.
Wow.
I was in a shaper because I was not going to look fat.
Exactly.
I said, yes, I had to lose weight. I can't.
And you have the belly bands for the men
yes,
too.
Yes, I have the
saw
belly
that.
bands for the men. So we're not discriminating. We bring in products for men and women. And there's a lot more stuff, products I'm looking into now. They'll be coming in, y'all, because, you know, we basically post new arrival every week.
I see that.
Every week is new arrival. So I'm not just stopping just what you see. I'm keeping it interesting and posting new things so that, you know what, you'll be like, this girl is post every day. Yes,
wow.
We post every day.
Wow. So for your hosiery, for your cars, for your home, listen, it's a lot. I took in a lot tonight from a 26-year-old that appears to me as if she's 56 and not 26, but this is wisdom, true wisdom from God. This is what this is, because it just doesn't happen like this. The way that you think, it's wise beyond your years. This is God. It is definitely all God. But I want you tonight, God has been shifting me to do this a lot. I want you to close me out tonight, just like I did with Sammy. I want you to close us out tonight, and then I would give my closing remarks after that. But I want you to close us out tonight, Adeline. Somebody here tonight was really touched by your story. And so I want you to, whatever you say tonight, I want it to shift their whole mindset tonight when you say what you got to say. So close us out with your last words of encouragement.
No matter what your circumstances may be, I would advise you to keep pressing. No matter what persons may say, no matter how people may look at you, keep on going. Whatever it is, God has planted something for each and every one of us to do. We have a purpose. It's your job to see what He has called you to do. Not what your mom wants you to be, not what your dad wants you to be, but what are you good at? What are your gifts? What are your purpose? And tap into it. Sometimes we be afraid to let our voice be heard. Mind you, I was scared and I was contemplating to share my story, but trust me, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and I was like, Lord, do not allow me to break down, because somebody out there needs to hear my story. Somebody needs to be uplifted. Yes. Somebody needs to be motivated. Not because I went from being a young teenage mom, I went to losing my brother, I went to losing my boyfriend, and I am still a single mom. If I had let those problems or conflicts distract me, would I have been here today? Would I have been doing what I've been doing? No. So at the same time, if that process didn't help me and allow me to move, if I went through all of that stage, even though people were badmouth me, that's fine. People are going to badmouth you, but are you going to let that sink in? You can't allow people to say, who are you? I am not going to allow somebody else to be like, you know what, Adeline is this, if I don't allow that name to be me. So, again, find your purpose. Seek what God has called you to do. Tap into it. If you're supposed to do sales, get into sales. If you're supposed to sell cars or market this or do hair or even be on a talk show like Miss Lightborn, get into it. God will give you that vision. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. See, the enemy wants, trust me, I have on my side trumpet right now where I want to stop and I'm so afraid, but I won't allow him to not let me share my story. Yes. It's not a testimony if you keep it to yourself.
That's right.
As God bless you, you bless somebody. Even if it doesn't have to be money. It could be words.
That's right.
My words could push you to the next level.
Yes.
Somebody is out there saying, you know what, Lord, I don't have the money to carry me into this business venture. I didn't have the money either, but I made that sacrifice. When everybody was buying Wendy's, I was trying to save up my money to pay my ASU. And I used my first draw to actually start my business. Yes. So where does that leave you? Why are you making an excuse? Why are you making an excuse? If you really want something, you're going to do your utmost best to get it. Yes. No matter what you have to do. You're going to say, well, you know what? I want this car. I want this pair. Or the new iPhone. We find that money to buy those iPhones.
You're right. You're right.
So why can't I use that same amount of money to start up a business? It's something you're good at. Find out what you're good at. Everybody is good to something, whether it's motivational speaking, whether it's becoming a good salesperson, whether it's becoming a good marketer, accountant. What are you good at? Writing a book? Like, come on. There's nobody going to do these things for you. Wow. You have to go in there and do these things for yourself. Yes. The money is not going to drop out the sky and be like, you know what, Lord, send me $1 million. No. The resources are out there. People are saying this market doesn't have the money. The market has the money. But what are you doing to get that money into your hands? What are you selling? What are you advertising? How are you trying to invest? Not just going to say, well, you know what, I go in away and I go into shop. Why are you shopping? Why? And then a lot of persons are not planning for the future. Plan, manage, plan, manage. Get into it. It doesn't, like they say, start now. Don't start tomorrow. Start now.
Right.
Think about it, fall asleep, ask God to guide you, and you know what? Seek other people's, go to other business persons, and I like to have dinner with them. Oh Lord, I love to have dinner with them.
Wow.
I want to ask them about their business, their pros and their cons, and I go there and I have lunch with them. Even sometimes if I have to dig into my pocket just to have their presence there, I just need to know their knowledge. What did you have to do to get where you are? What was your pros and cons? They give me these steps. Something what I didn't have to pay for, even though I had to pay for the meal, which is fine.
Right.
Which is fine. But that knowledge can take me a long way. Right now, I've been in business about 4 years, and we have a lot more years to come because, like I say, it doesn't just stop there. Too much is given, much is required. So you can't just make the excuse because he give you the business, you want to slack off, you want to do it today and stop tomorrow. You want to do it now and then say, you know what, I'm going to take it. It's no break. No break, period. Just keep going. Keep. Like when you're riding that bike, just keep going, keep going, keep going. I don't make excuses. People ask me, say, Lubin, you don't call into work. What is wrong with you? No, I don't. I have been employed with Island Luck for 7 years, and have you believe I don't call in. I show up to work on time. I do what is required for me to do, and I just show up. I don't make excuses, be like, you know what? I tired, I've been working all night. No, even if I drain, I'm going to put on my makeup and I'm going to sit to that window and do my work. I'm not going to say, you know what, I tired today. I feel like going to work. My store made enough money. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to keep going. If they put you there in that position, he wants you to perform. Yes. He's paying you to perform. Yes. So why would I make up an excuse to say that, you know what, I don't feel like coming to work today, boss. Find somebody else. That's an inconvenience to the company. And the minute I realized this one concept, I started treating my boss business like it's my business, and God bless me with my very own. Catch it again. Treat your job, your boss's organization like it's yours. God will promote you to get your own. That's like a house. A lot of times we ask God, Lord, you know what? I need a new car. I need a new house. But are you taking care of your bedroom? Are you taking care of your house? Are you taking care of your car, which is servicing it, keeping it clean, doing this to that? Like, what are you doing for him to say that, you know what? You deserve a new car. You deserve a new business. Because at the end of the day, I am not going to bless you and put you there for you to make me look bad.
Amen. Wow.
So because I treated my boss's business like mine, and I still do, if the staff, somebody doesn't come to work, even though I have something to do, I would immediately contact my sister and we plan, hey, can you pick up the kids? I'm going to stay back to work. Somebody called in today. It's not for the money. It's because I care about his business. I care about his business because I feel as though even though I'm the manager of that branch, at the end of the day, because they put me in that position, that is my business. That when I open those doors, it's not Saba's business. It's my business. Wow. When I come through the doors, the first thing the customers ask for, hey, where's the manager? And if we short staff, I wouldn't feel right to know that, you know what, I just left and know that the store is short staff. I'd be like, you know what, I'll stay back. I have plans. Sometimes I have to say that, you know what, I have to cancel my plans just to stay back, to say that, you know, I will cover and I will stay back and I will pick up the shift just so that I say, Lord, I tired, but I will still do it.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, if I wasn't working for him, I wouldn't have been allowed to save my money to push me ahead to get in my business. And I am very grateful for it. From the day I walked through the doors of Island Lock and I started working, I mean, like I said, I saved. I didn't ask for nothing. I didn't ask for a come up. I don't believe in asking for come up. If I work for something, I'm going to keep it. Yes. If somebody give me something, I'm not going to appreciate. Let me work myself to the top. So that when I get there, I can advise person, I can teach persons, hey, this is the strategy I took to get there. I didn't wait on, hey, my boss just gave me $10,000 to start my business. Not saying something is wrong with that. But is that person going to appreciate that?
Yes.
Are you going to make that a habit for you to say that, you know what, I'm going to cut out sleep for the night. I'm going to stop this so that I don't do this, just so I can actually manage this and make sure this is running. I don't go to sleep until all of my work is done. And if my work is not done, I am not going to sleep. Even if bags are under my eye. People may look at me and think it's not easy being a business owner. But I would advise you to say this. Keep it going, keep pedaling, and keep pushing. As long as God see you doing your part, he'll always be there to do his part. But if you slunking and saying, you know what, I don't want to do this for the day, oh man, I calling in, he ain't on that run. Like I would say, he ain't on that run. Keep it going, keep it moving, and keep pressing, and you'll get there.
Wow, that is I think I need to hire Adeline for one day to come and speak. This is amazing, but I want to read the last comments. But that was powerful. Juju saying, God bless every person who has contributed to the beautiful wise. 26 to 56-year-old you are. Lady Amen says, yes, stay on course, keep pressing. Naturally, Ariana says, thanks for sharing. God bless you. Stephen says, Adeline for Prime Minister. Melanie says, God bless you. Thank you, Miss Lubin. Brown Instagram says, agreed. Tamari says, God's blessing to you, Adeline. Juju says, ma'am, I love you. You have gained a new follower tonight. Wifey Lioness says, hashtag, you will win, Miss J. Kerr's song. Yes. Lady Amen says, true knowledge. Juju says, please write your book. Stephen says, that's something serious. Petra says, yes. Wifey says, wow. Melanie says, preach. Wow. Lady Amen says, that's insight right there. Juju says, I made dinner. I cleaned my kitchen. I fed my family. I am all while holding this phone. Hashtag, this is powerful. Stephen says, you're very independent. Melanie says, totally agree with working for that come up. Bella says, powerful. Petra says, awesome. Keep it up. Samari says, wow, who would think she was shy to speak before? Yes. You go, girl. And Lovely Hay says, inspired. So everyone, tonight was a beautiful night with Adeline Lubin. I am so happy that she came. I am so happy for her obedience with coming. I thank God for the person that I think tagged her.
My sister.
Yes, underneath a post when I would have put up, tag someone you would love to see come on the show. God bless you, sister, for tagging Adeline. I reached out to her immediately, and she came on the show tonight. I didn't even know that she was preparing just to come here. It doesn't appear as if she was shy. It seems as if she's been doing this all of her life. Thank God for Toastmasters. But, you know, tonight, Adeline, it was very inspiring, very touching, very empowering. Me, myself, I think my sister as well here, we have learned so much from you as well. Because, you know, we are sisters, and it's not like sisters coming together and tying it up like you and your sister did. But this was powerful tonight, and it is my prayer. Petra says, awesome, keep it up. People are still writing. Did I read everything? Okay, I got everything. So, you know, 26, I am still blown. I feel as if you're 56 and not 26, but you're 26. I feel that you're 56. Oh, my God. But tonight was powerful. It was amazing. And as we sit on this couch tonight, Adeline, it is my prayer that whatever you are believing God for, that he does it for you. Amen. Whatever thing that may be hindering you or whatever fear, and it is my prayer too, that even all of that grief, every pain, every hurt is removed from your life tonight so that you can even move further. You can catapult even further, because sometimes, you know, holding on can sometimes keep you back. Yes. I've learned that death can keep you stagnant because death doesn't move. And so, you know, it is my prayer that you are released from all of that and you are free to just soar and to continue to soar. And so, you know, everyone that joined us tonight, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Adeline, they said that we looked really beautiful tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. But I just want to thank people for behind the scenes. I have Christoph and Stefan here, my camera people. I want to thank Cody at Glow and Glamour for our makeup. Adeline,
yes,
you can show them your glow. Are you impressed with your makeup?
Yes.
I'm sure you'll go back to her again. Yes. I'd like to thank Vika LSD Couture for my clothing. My nails, Sherelle's Beauty Salon. You can't see my nails. I need to take a selfie of the nails, but they're really, really beautiful. Of course, you got to check out Step Up Hosiery. 26-year-old Adeline and her sister, partners in the business, and they're taking it over. Heady, stockings, everything you want.
Even clothing. I got my dress, gloves, necklace.
Listen, I go in there. Well, I check in that place out. Even your cars and talking about homes. This is This is amazing. But I'm going to post it all tonight. You can keep up and you can follow Adeline. Of course, I will definitely have her to come back. Probably when she comes back, she may be engaged or married. Well, I don't know. Well, we'll see, because she sat on the couch and we know what the couch is all about. But God bless you, everybody. Next week, the same time at 8 p.m. right here, Faith Talk. Join me. I can't even remember who the guest is next week, but I'll post it. But I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. God bless you. I love you all. Keep praying. Good night.
Good night.